It's July 2nd, 2024. I'm inside the United States of America with an ONE, an In God We Trust, and a Federal Reserve note. On the 20, on the back is the White House, and then on the 10 is the Treasury. I was working yesterday, July 1st, and again today, July 2nd. I was on the internal closed circuit surveillance cameras, and I have there was this thing that went on. It was a it's the some of these people are coming in, and like, again, this is part of this new generation with everything is technology driven, like cryptocurrency, like Apple Pay and Google Wallet. I have no idea. Again, when I had like my securities license, my training is Green Street, but that was prior to crypto market. Um, Very traditional class like system. I have no idea what this new world it looks like an absolute disaster. Um, there, I found out two customers came by my register yesterday. One with a Google Pay and one with, I'm sorry, a Google Wallet, one with an Apple Wallet. And they said that they had their store card, like their actual the brand store card in that wallet, and they just showed a barcode. One, it was a white banner around the barcode. The white one seemed, from what I could see, to be congruent at that transaction, um, with what the sales are or were supposed to be. The red banner, which they said was Apple, some Apple Wallet or something like that, that one came up, looked like a clone of the white version, but one had a white like surrounding border, and one had a red, and the red one gave them some $5 off like coupon for what they said was frozen. It had this word on the screen that said frozen, $5 frozen. I don't know what that pertains to. I don't know the schemes and the schematics of cyber criminals. Um, and but I see this passing before my eyes, like on the register. And then I had other persons that came up, like today on July 2nd. They had some on their Apple phone. It was like a pink square for the app, and it was something about a store card. Next to it was his Stop and Shop app. And so I had to alert him that um I can't accept the pink button, that he had to use um the store proper, or the store correct. Then today on July 2nd, I also had somebody come by who was trying to use some alternate app, and I told him I couldn't accept it. I asked him where his store card was, but this particular person, and I was on camera, did not show me his phone. He kind of kept it to himself. And then he pulled up something, which of course I know that I've heard the word spoof, but I don't know if that's what it was. It looked like, again, the app that I would expect, but people come up and they have this green bar that I tell them to push for their store points and to bring up the barcode. But this person, when he showed me the phone, which looked identical to the store appropriate app, it had a pink bar where the green bar normally is. So again, I don't know what that's about. I don't know who regulates this. I don't know, like, I mean, again, I'm used to monetary system. I don't know what financial system is FS, especially with these new, like, I mean, they had credit cards when I was young, but like that was just beginning for ETFs, but they weren't even calling them that. Now I see there's a button on the register said ETFs. I'm getting a whole different kind of education, and now there's something called EBT and SNAP along with FS. I don't know what part. I mean, again, there's no, like, Joe, when I was in Starbucks, mentioned cryptocurrency. I had never heard of that before. And he was trying to explain to me about Bitcoin, and I'm like what's the backing? Like it's a financial like it made no sense to me. Um then also yesterday and today, these like United Healthcare came out with some kind of U card, is what they call it. But there's two different types. There's one that's a blue card, and then there's a white looking card. But a lot of people seem, and they're on camera at the register, a lot of people, like, bringing their balances down to zero. I mean, I've never heard of such a thing. I don't know what's involved with it. Then today, somebody came up with a card saying Aetna, with a MasterCard label on it, but it looks like the two circles, but it doesn't have the word MasterCard on it. But it says Medicare RX. I have no idea. Now, why is Medicare RX giving these people like money to buy? They call it a program called OTC. Again, in my day, OTC was over the counter, was what, like, the regular stocks were. I don't know what this is. This new, like, they're giving them food credits, and so it's from some OTC healthy fund, but yet I don't have access to that. Some people say it's for 65 and older, but I got people coming up to the register who are clearly younger. um so, and there's been no education on it. I mean, the series of rooms I've been in, nobody's educated us on these programs, who's eligible, who's not eligible. um so there's that. And then I call for myself for I called my health insurance plan, which is not United and it's not Aetna, and they said that Medicare does not cover um Ozempic or any of the Okovi or any of the brand names, for me and my person, because I'm on Medicare. And I'm like, and they said that, and I'm just like, how do I verify that? Because I call the insurance company, they said that I don't qualify, but yet Medicare RX is giving free groceries to certain persons. And like, is that part of skimming? Is that like part credit fraud? Is that part of this new, I mean, like, who regulates like electronic credits? And I mean, they come on plastic cards. Like, who, I mean, again, with treasury and with currency and with the paper bill system, there was supposed to be personal relationship banking. On all this electronic credits on plastic cards, who's monitoring and regulating this system? um and who is being starved out of a system, or what looks like being phased out is what it feels like. I mean, like, between not being able to get, I mean, they were saying like 100,000 to 150 is what you should be making to survive in New York. I'm making $16 an hour. I won't even make 15,000 for the year. So, and that's 1 5, not 50. So, I mean, like, I just don't understand, like, where is the system? Like, like, how do I get myself on the correct path? Like, where do I go? There's nobody to speak to about this kind of stuff. Um It's so frustrating. So on the line, I explained to the manager, I let her know about the Google Pay and the Apple, or the Google Wallet and the Apple Wallet, and these two different apps. I told her that there is a slew of people coming up wanting to use these alternate apps. Like, again, like, is that just like one up from the fact of like there used to be a MasterCard and a Visa, and that was it. Now Medicare RX is handing out credits. And like, again, are these discriminatory practices? I mean, I'm looking at the people coming up that have these benefits and I had never heard of them before. And I'm just, it's really, I mean, like, out at street level. I mean, if the surveillance camera footage is pulled, it's very clearly like, how do you, like, again, is it legal? Is it in that gray area? I don't know how to answer that for myself. Um, but it is very, very frustrating watching the news that they're putting on, and then just seeing how, rather than getting to a good footing and setting my life in this amazing direction and growing as my age bracket was growing, and then having children and preparing for them and whatever, that escalation never happened. It has been just this tumble to where I am now, which is so very frustrating. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Ketter resides, Earth, solar system, Milky Way universe, galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.